I'm sure you've seen this famous photograph before, but who are these people? Well, I'll tell you. This is the story of one woman's quest to preserve Native American culture and the man who shared it with her. This is Frances Densmore. She was born in Minnesota in 1867. From her childhood home, she often overheard neighboring Dakota tribesmen singing their traditional songs. She would later cite this as the inspiration for her lifelong interests in music and Native American culture. Now this is Mountain Chief. Born in 1848 in what is now Alberta, Canada, he was raised to be a warrior and leader of the Blackfoot, or Niitsitapi people. Densmore achieved fame as a lecturer and performer, and she used her experience as a music teacher to meet with Native peoples and learn and transcribe their songs. She traveled the country to speak about and play the music she heard, hoping that her work would help dispel stereotypes of Native Americans. Mountain Chief initially achieved fame for his military victories against hostile tribes, but later became a major public figure and advocate for the Blackfoot people. He was a frequent visitor to Washington, D.C. from the late 1880s through the early 20th century, where he negotiated treaties and met often with government officials, including President William Howard Taft. Densmore and Mountain Chief both came of age at a time when the U.S. government's official policy towards Native Americans was one of forced assimilation and extermination. As a result, many Native languages became endangered, and some even went extinct. In 1867, Mountain Chief was accused of killing John Bozeman, despite being innocent, and he and his tribe became the targets of military personnel. In 1870, an army division attacked a Blackfoot settlement, believing it to be one controlled by Mountain Chief. However, this settlement belonged to a different tribe. Nevertheless, soldiers killed more than 200 innocent people. The army attempted to defend the soldiers who committed the massacre, but the public and political outrage proved too intense for them to withstand. So President Grant attempted to shift attention away from the violent domination of Native Americans by the government. As part of this shift, the Smithsonian Institution began operating a division known as the Bureau of American Ethnology. The Bureau's leaders sought to sponsor, undertake, and publish research in the then-emerging field of anthropology, and they quickly took interest in the work of Frances Densmore and offered her financial backing. This allowed her to conduct research and publish her work in partnership with the Bureau for the next 50 years. Using state-of-the-art technologies at the time, like the phonograph and wax cylinders, Densmore traveled the nation meeting with members of numerous tribes. At the same time, Mountain Chief began collaborating with other anthropologists to help preserve the culture of the Blackfoot people. In 1916, the Smithsonian put Mountain Chief and Frances Densmore in contact, and it was during their meeting on February 9, 1916 that this iconic photo was taken. Mountain Chief died in 1942 at the age of 94, and Frances Densmore died in 1957 at the age of 90. Both worked tirelessly throughout their lives to preserve Native culture, and the recordings can still be accessed today through the Library of Congress.